Question number 2 comes in from Reps Patrick. Is there any benefit to regularly adding wall sits to your training as a complement to squats if you want to increase maximum strength in the squats? I hope the answer is no, because it's a fucking pain. He added the fucking.
Yeah, Daniel Patrick. All the sponsors are running away. So wall sits, I'm assuming meaning like the version where you sit with your back against the wall and you have your hips and your knees in 90-degree angles, so that it's an isometric strength exercise for mainly your quads. Not a lot of hips in there, mainly the quads. And well, yeah, once again, we get kind of a question about the dose here. And the dose is going to be a fairly low load in this case. It's not an insane amount of force you need to produce in order to maintain that wall sit. I mean, after a minute or whatever, most people are going to get tired from it, but like the absolute force is going to be low, and therefore the effect on a maximum strength squat is going to be low.
Yeah.
And it's also not exactly the same movement. I mean, there are similarities, but not really the same. The wall sit's going to be more quads than the squat is, and the squat is hopefully going to be deeper and use more like adductors and glutes and so on. So I don't think wall sits is a very good exercise to be doing, but I want to take the opportunity just to talk a little bit about isometric training overall, because in that case, this gets more interesting. Say for someone who travels maybe and they don't want to bring like a 20 kilo kettlebell, but they can bring like the straps you use to like secure loads, so when you're moving them on a truck or something that you can easily adjust. And powerlifter Mike Tashier did this and trained like this, I think, for many months when he was moving and hadn't gotten his gym back into place. He did it kind of as an experiment. So say for instance, you can adjust the lengths of the straps so that maybe you're standing on them and then you're got them over your shoulders so that you can be, say, in a deep squat position and just push against them with them not moving. And isometrics like these, they are actually pretty good at building your strength in that position, and you also do get some muscle growth from it. It's got more. I mean, the drawbacks of it has got more to do with it being really boring, maybe, and kind of hard to track what you're doing. Like you would want some kind of measurement to know that you actually are pushing hard and that you're not slacking off. So that might be an issue. I know that he sometimes used like one of those scales with a hook on them to see how much force he was producing. But I mean, he could probably rip most of those apart. But so that is where my mind goes when I see this question about wall sits. Like if you don't have a barbell at home, so you can't do squats, find something close to the bottom position of the squat, or like at least a deep position that you can push against isometrically as hard as you can, and do that instead. And then do maybe like, if say that one of your reps is 5 seconds of pushing, like do a couple of reps for a couple of sets with some rest in between. And that would be more interesting, in my opinion.
That's where your mind went when you read this question. My mind goes in another direction, because we often get questions about the deadlift, the bench press, the squat, the main power lifts, and what accessory lifts people should be doing to improve. I've stalled out on the bench press. I've stalled out in the squat. What should I add in? And my answer is always do more of the thing you want to improve. If you're doing like 5 working sets in the squat, do 6 or 7 working sets. Do 8 working sets instead of looking for another exercise like the wall sit. This is the first time I've ever encountered the wall sit in a discussion about improving the max squat. So no, I don't believe you should do wall sits for that purpose. But do more squats if you're at the gym and want to become a better squatter. Add in an extra day for the squat. To improve in the squat, you need to train the squat. Probably more.
The assumption here is that he wants to do something else, because progressively training heavier squat, that is hard.
Yeah, but you can add in lighter sessions, like our daily undulating periodization program, where you do one medium workout, one light workout, one hard workout. I have zero clue how reps Patrick is training the squat, but my assumption is that most people just need to do the lift more.
I think he's doing many reps.